on Friday, it would be a battle of wits between the indomitable Lions of Cameroon and the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Only one side would be taking the bragging rights in that international friendly game that will be going down right there in Austria. Welcome, this is the arena. Yes, here we get to talk about the stories emanating from the world of sports, and it's a wonderful Friday to talk about big stories emanating from the world of sports. Yes, you already know the one between Nigeria and the indomitable Lions of Cameroon will be going on later on today. It's one of the major things we will be taking a look at on today's show. There are some international games also going on at the moment. Yes, yesterday we saw the likes of Lionel Messi scoring for Argentina. We'll take a look at that game too, and the stories around that one. We'll take a look at some club football too. Yes, people are moving from one destination to another. We'll talk about the coaches and the players that are likely to be leaving their clubs and those who have already left from one side to another. All of this on today's show. Also some basketball and also some tennis. It's a packed one, I promise you. Yes, that's why it's the Friday edition, a special one just for you. When we get back from this break, the show starts in full. My name is Jidechi Chidiezie. Welcome back. This is the arena. Yes, let's talk about those stories emanating from the world of sports. On today's show, I have none other than the wonderful Akeem Olarenwaju. Akeem, a pleasure having you in the studio.
It's a pleasure, my friend. It's a pleasure.
Yes. Lots and lots of things are happening in the world of sports right now. But let's start off with basketball and talk about the one that is going down in the NBA playoffs. Yesterday, we had one of the favorites of the competition knocked out. The team in the team of LA Lakers, they got knocked out yesterday. Would you say this one came as a surprise, or it was something that was expected?
Well, it's typically in the generally there is a kind of shock to the entire team, and I believe so much that there is no permanent champion. You know, you definitely see a lower team try to aspire to actually get to where those bigger teams has actually happened. I think what actually happened was a repeat of what happened in 2010, and also the Phoenix, they have actually shows that they are capable also to be a good champion as well. So it's worth it.
What it he says. That one ended 113 to 110. That's what the Phoenix were able to do over LA Lakers yesterday. Yes, the Phoenix Suns, they're into the semi-finals of that one, and it's taking shape right now. You would say yes. Lots and lots of teams moving into the semi-finals stages of that one. 113 to 100. That's how that one ended. But other games, other semi-finals already set. That's the NBA playoff semi-finals, and you talk about the likes of the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks. You take a look at the likes of the 76ers and the Atlanta Hawks, the likes of the Nets and the Suns actually, and the Denver Nuggets. Yes, that's the way it's looking. But not the West versus the other side of the conference. Yes, that's how it will be going down. Sure. And hopefully we get to see a winner very soon. At this point, is it too early to be saying you see someone that's most likely going to be taking the NBA this season?
Well, I think it will be too early to actually conclude now, because there will still be a lot of surprises will definitely happen. So, and all the teams that are there, something actually brought them to that particular stage. Their hard work, their passion, their training, a whole lot of things has been in place. So I so much believe that it's too early for us to actually conclude, Jidechi.
Too early to conclude. We saw how Devin Booker was extraordinary in that game. Career high 47 points for him, and quite impressive. A revelation in the competition. That's what the NBA players bring to us.
Well, you can see like I think the other team also, they have a particular player, I think Anthony Davis, right?
Yep.
That actually got injured towards the end of that particular game. So I believe so much that, you know, in a match, in a game like that, a lot of things happen, and that is what differentiates between the smaller team, men. So actually, the better team actually won the day. So
the better team. Booker had some words after that one yesterday. Yes, like I told you, career high 47 points in that game against the LA Lakers. Yeah, they succeeded in knocking out the Lakers. Means the Suns are now in the semifinals of the NBA playoffs. Let's listen to Booker for a minute. What he said after his team were able to progress to the next stage of the competition.
Honestly, I was thinking about Cole in the conversations that we had, you know, kind of about, you know, what we just went through, you know, the postseason, and being legendary and taking the steps to get there. You know, so seeing that 8 and that 24 up there, you know, with the way that the lighting that Staples has right here, it feels like, you know, it's shining down on you. And I know he was here tonight. I know he was here.
Yes, let's talk about the victory in tennis. Move on from basketball and talk about the one that is going on right now in the world of tennis. The French Open, it's been on for a couple of days now, and quite interestingly, yesterday we saw the victory, what they do best. They are true to the third round of the competition. Talk about Djokovic, Roger Federer, and Rafael Nadal.
You know, those three men that you've actually mentioned, they are a group of people that actually emulate in the fraternity of sport, of tennis, you know. And Djokovic is a kind of tennis player that he has so much passion for what he knows what to do. He has so much passion for what he knows what to do. And his victory to be in this third round, I so much believe that he has a lot of things to actually offer for the remaining games ahead.
Let's talk about Nadal. We see how Nadal does so well on clay. Is this looking like another competition for Nadal in your books? Do you think Nadal will be taking this one?
I think he's already preparing for Wimbledon coming up, I think later in the year. So I think he's using this particular French Open to actually prepare for the Wimbledon game coming up. So I so much believe that he deserves so much respect, and those three big wigs, I call them three big wigs because they are not the kind of player that any opponent can actually put aside or go and sleep when they actually know that they are meeting with the tiger on the field of play. So I so much believe lot of surprises will definitely happen when all these three people are actually meeting at one point or the other during this competition. So Jidechi, I so much believe you and I will believe that the Djokovic and Federer, they will definitely do a lot of things in this particular tournament.
Definitely do a lot of things. The one between Roger Federer and Marian Cilic, that one ended 6-2, 6-2, 7-6, 6-2. While the one between Djokovic and Cuevas ended a straight run for Djokovic. He had 6-3, 6-2, 6-4. While Rafael Nadal, for him, it was a wonderful victory over Popin, and that one ended in a wonderful victory. They are all through to the next round of the French Open. Well, let's move on right now and talk about some football. And yesterday, if you saw the game between Argentina and Chile, it was, call it some sort of tribute to the legendary Diego Armando Maradona, who passed on some months ago. We saw how they paid tributes to him unveiled a statue in his honor. It will be the first game they will be taking part in since the death of Maradona. Quite the interesting one from the Argentine Football Federation, you would say.
Well, I really appreciate the Argentines, the kind of gesture they have actually done for a person of Maradona, because actually he has given them a whole lot of things. He has put the name of the country on the national map, and he has given them a World Cup, and likewise also he has written even his own name in gold in his club side. So a lot of things that what they actually do to recognize what he has contributed to the Argentine community is a very welcome thing, and I so much believe also such is also coming for Messi as well. So because he is also a legend, Maradona is a legend. So
and it was also interesting to see Messi to score on such
yes, yeah, even though it was a penalty, it was a penalty. So
you don't sound like a fan. Okay, yeah, quite an interesting one. As you can see on your screen right now at the Argentine Football Federation, alongside the players of Argentina unveiling a statue in the honor of the big man Diego Armando Maradona, who died a couple of months ago. Well, the game against Argentina, the game between Argentina and Chile wasn't the only game that went down on Thursday night. Lots and lots of fixtures went down all across the world. Let's take a look at some of those fixtures quickly. In Europe, we had the likes of Andorra and Ireland saying call it preparation for the Euro 2020 tournament. That one ended by 4-1. Switzerland, they ran riot over Liechtenstein yesterday night. That one ended by 7-0.
Wow.
Astronomical scoreline right there, if you ask me. And the one between Turkey and Moldova ended by 2-0. That one 2-0 was the final scoreline. And Ukraine and Northern Ireland was a 1-0 scoreline. Belgium and Greece. Belgium definitely one of the favorites of the Euro 2020 tournament that will be starting in a couple of days. So next week that one will be going on, and the one between them and Greece ended 1-1. In Africa, a game went down yesterday. Yes, a friendly game between Algeria and Mauritania. That one ended by 2-1, and the one between the one in South America, where the FIFA World Cup qualifiers. We've talked about the one between Argentina and Chile. 1-1, that one ended. Peru and Colombia ended in favor of the Colombians. 3-0, wonderful scoreline for the Colombians. And of course, Uruguay and Paraguay, a goalless scoreline there. In Asia, the one between Australia and Kuwait, that one ended by 3-0. Yeah, lots and lots of games went down in Asia, but that one was one of the big games from yesterday. How about we go on a quick break, and when we get back, we'll talk some more international football on the show today. Yes, we'll talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Most people don't understand the magic of the perfect skin, the allure of the well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blemiville Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiville family.
Okay, verse 2. Verse 2. My sugar banana, I don't get it. I say make a hammer. Me, I know if you wait though. If you come follow me, if you go see my mama, for better for worse, so we go get together in any kind of weather. See, I did the joke. See, not true, I did talk.
I should go don't come into that. In the early 90s. That was the big game. Mama had she was definitely smiling. Finally, but she was very, very hard. She prayed God. That was like me. She called me blessed. She looked into my eyes. Trying to see back and play what she felt. She told on her knees and said, God, what she felt. Joy, nothing but joy. Every other day she felt nothing but joy. Showers of blessing. God bless that place. Joy.
Easy girl.
Welcome back. This is the arena. Yes, we've been talking about all things sports right here on the show. The next thing we would be talking about is that big game that will be going on later today, the one between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and, of course, the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. Still in the studio to discuss this with me has been none other than Akeem Olarenwaju. Now, Akeem, let's move on and talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Big game today. It's not a competitive game, you might say, but at least a friendly is still something to test the caliber of your players and their quality. Let me ask you, what do you expect going into today's game for the Super Eagles? What do you see panning out for the Super Eagles of Nigeria?
Well, my expectation concerning this game, Nigeria and Cameroon, I so much believe that Nigeria will have this mentality of winning every game, but this is a preparatory game, and we shouldn't just expect too much of maybe 5-0, 10-0. No, this is the kind of game that I expect our coach General to actually use new players, like Noble as a goalkeeper, leaving aside this Okoye and Uzo on the bench for the first half. At least they should taste at least 45 minutes of play, like Nobu, Wala, this is a player from Eyimba. Yes. And likewise also this new guy also, Marcos from playing in the Portuguese league. And also I think we have some there's also another Tijani. There is another boy from Austrian league also, Tijani. I expect General to actually look into all these players and also see what they can actually bring to the team also. Like I still believe that in our defense and in our midfield, there are so many things that we are yet to actually get right also. Immediately there is no Etebo in the team again. The midfield is always shaky. So we need to look at all these things that we can actually bring into the team. And I really appreciate the fact that we are playing against Cameroon, a kind of so physical team that they don't take nonsense. They are not like Onyebos, you know. They use all their energy to actually, you know, maybe by the time they come to the field and you are seeing their chest, you know that this is African team. So I so much believe that if General actually want to do the right thing, you shouldn't look at he actually want to win the game. You should actually look at the qualities of players. What do they actually intend to give to the team also? Like I was listening to one of our former player. I think Dudu Mayana. He was saying that he expects General to actually use the Uwala Nobu, and also to see how they can play in the big team like this, because they are playing in neutral ground, in which probably I don't know whether there will be fans in that particular stadium, but at least it's a very neutral game. At least you'll be able to see how they are doing and what they can actually bring to the team. So, and the General to actually what he desires as a coach, what does the team actually lack? Is he seeing what the team actually lack, and also bringing people that can actually solve those problems? Like this guy, it's been a long time he actually been in the team, Moses Simon, and we are really missing him. So who can actually replace him when we don't have such a kind of player in our team? So those are the things I expect General to actually look at. And if it happens that they actually win the game, good luck to Nigeria.
Good luck to Nigeria. The man says, well, Coach Genotro and Moses Simon has been talking ahead of today's game. They said a couple of things that Nigerians would definitely love to listen to. Let's listen to Genotro, the coach of the national team, and of course, the forward man, Moses Simon, what they said ahead of today's game against the indomitable Lions of Cameroon.
We are just 24 hours away from a game against Cameroon. One more training done today. How has it been so far, Coach?
Yeah, the training session was good. We have very good conditions to play football. The grass is wonderful and the weather is good. So good conditions for the game tomorrow night. We have Cameroon. It's one of the best teams in Africa. The 3 last games against Cameroon, we put them out of the World Cup and we put them out of the AFCON. So we want to take revenge, but we want also to win the game, to test some players. A lot of players are not here. You know them, more than 11 players could not come. But it's opportunity to see other players, to give them the chance to play and to get the result, I hope. There will be 2 games. This is the first leg. So let's try to do well with a good organization. We have now 2 possibilities, 4-3-3 or 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1. We will see what we can test tomorrow and also for the second game.
And how's the response of the players been so far to the training and everything?
Yeah, the players are motivated. They want to do well. They did good training sessions. They're already happy to come together again. The last time was in March, end of March, when we had the 2 victories against the Benin and Lesotho.
So that's friendly on Friday.
Of course, we know Cameroon is not an easy team. So we beat them, I think, 3 times in a row or 4 times. So we know they will be prepared, and I believe we'll be ready for them.
And the season was indeed a long and tough one. Finally, we were able to help your team beat the drop. How was the feeling like?
Yeah, it was great, and I'm happy. I believe everyone is happy because it's not easy. It was a long one, but we thank God for everything.
You have a message for your fans and the fans of.
Strong words there by the coach and Moses Simon. But quickly, before we move on to the next topic of discourse, let me ask you just in one saying quickly, what's your prediction for the game?
Nigeria will be losing 1-2.
You believe Nigeria will lose? Okay, that's quite a strong one there. Let's move on and talk about some club football activities right now. Yesterday we heard the story that Simeone Inzaghi would be joining Inter Milan, replacing Antonio Conte.
Well, although it was a shock news when I heard that Conte is leaving. Though I believe, coming in as a new coach, I believe there will be a lot of. He will also have his own new set of managerial skills that he's going to bring to the table, and I hope they can be able to keep Lukaku.
Lukaku. That brings us to the next thing. Lukaku. We've been hearing talks of Lukaku likely leaving Inter Milan. Do you actually feel Lukaku would stay? And in the same vein, the former coach of Inter Milan, that's Antonio Conte, we are also hearing that he could be moving to Tottenham Hotspur, or possibly we could also be seeing Pochettino back at Tottenham Hotspur. But first of all, Lukaku, do you actually feel that man would be remaining right there in Inter Milan? Well,
I believe if the right offer should be on the table for him, I would definitely believe he might leave. Because every player also, even if they can be assured of game time, and likewise also they have money in their pocket also, I believe he can actually move. But I'm not seeing him moving to Chelsea. I'm not seeing Lukaku moving.
Let's talk about Antonio Conte out of Inter Milan, coach winning, league winning manager, and now without a club, but there are talks of him moving over to England, somewhere he's been before. Do you actually see Conte moving to Tottenham? Do you think Tottenham has that pedigree of attracting the person of Antonio Conte?
Nothing is impossible. But I believe Tottenham, he may not actually go to Tottenham, but I know definitely he will definitely go back to England to actually coach his desired team that you want. But I'm not seeing him in Tottenham.
Finally, Barcelona are also in the news And the interesting thing is Laporta, the president of Barcelona, said the man in charge is going nowhere.
He's going nowhere. That one is a done deal already. And you know, Messi also, I think Messi also will be offered a new contract, and some of the senior players are still holding on. So I believe presently now, what the management of Barcelona actually want is stability now. So I believe
considering the new players that are joining the team.
Aguero now, they have a new Aguero. They have this player that comes from I think Man City, Garcia. So I believe there will be a lot of shakings, a lot of new things happening in Barcelona.
So
you know, for them to be able stability, for them to keep Messi, I believe there will be stability in Barcelona for this last season of Messi. I believe this is the last season Messi is actually going to. So I believe there will be a lot of things happening.
Well, stability is what the man Akeem says. I think it's one of the things Barcelona needs right now the most. I think it's also something every club side need right now. But it's the weekend, it's the period of transfers and rumors and sensational talks about who is moving where and for how much. Well, we also have our eyes locked on all of that, monitoring who would be moving to where and possibly for how much those movements would be for. It's been an interesting one on the show today, and also don't forget the big one going down later today is the one between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and of course Cameroon, the indomitable Lions of Cameroon. It's quite the interesting game. It's going to be today, later on today, but I also say it's quite been interesting with you today in the studio.
Thank you.
Pleasure it's been of mine.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Let's do this some other time. And for you who is watching from wherever you are, I would say it's also been a pleasure of mine to have you join us as we talk about the stories emanating from the world of sports. Till next time I call your way, ensure you stay safe. So are Super Eagles, and to you, bye for now.